I won't always tell you what you want to hear, but I promise I will always tell you the truth. That's been kind of a pat line for me that I've said with almost every client I've ever worked with. And recently, it actually cost me a transaction. Here's what happened. I'd been referred to an elderly gentleman through a friend who was looking to sell his home. In conversation, he let me know that his biggest motivator was that his retirement funds were running out. And so he needed to sell the house so that he could live off that equity and would plan to rent for the last years of his life. So I went out to see his home. I walked all around it. I took copious notes. I let him tell me everything he knew about this house. And as I was getting ready to leave, he shared with me the price that he was hoping to get for his home. And I told him at the time, that does seem a bit high to me, but now that I've seen your house, let me go back. I'm going to look at all the comps again, and I'll provide you with a really data-filled market analysis to help guide your pricing. So I went back and I pored over things for hours, like so many hours, because I was desperately looking for any evidence I could find to help support the price that he had. But what became really clear to me is that his hoped for price was a solid 15% above what the market was likely to bear for his home. And so I found myself with a choice. What do I do? I could go back to him and say, this is the price you want. That's the price we're going to go with, knowing that if you price that, you're going to be spending time paying rent and renter's insurance in your new abode, plus your mortgage, your home insurance, and your taxes on the home he was exiting. Knowing how important every dollar was to him, that didn't seem like a really good option. I'm also aware that when a home is overpriced, it tends to sit on the market for a long time. And as days on market go up, the ultimate sales price that you can expect for that home is going down. So that was option A. Or I could say to him, you know what? I tried my best, and the best that I can see from the data that we have is that you are going to be in the best position to price your house at this number that was substantially lower than what he wanted. I knew there was a very good chance that that was going to upset him very much, but ultimately I believed that this is the best option we have to get you the most money for your home in the quickest and easiest way. So I opted to live by my motto, and I told him that I believe that that price is too high. And even though I told him, like, you ultimately always are the one who gets to set the price, it's just my job to advise. He did become quite upset and has decided not to work with me. And the truth of the matter is, he'll find somebody who he'll say that number to, who will say, absolutely, let's do it. Let's put it out there. And then they're going to spend the next weeks or months or however long it takes working through incremental price decreases while he's paying for both his mortgage and his rent. And his ultimate sales price is most likely to be lower than it could have been had he entered the market at the right place. Somebody will get that transaction, and that person won't be me. But I just don't think I could sleep at night knowing how important every dollar was to this gentleman and his wife, and not telling him the truth to the best of my ability in order to help him get the maximum amount out of his house that he could have.